Hello everyone. In today's video tutorial we are going to talk about the conversion between XML values and the Ballerina collections like tables, maps and arrays. So without further ado, let's go to the code and get started. If you remember, in the second video tutorial we discussed how we can convert and give an XML into JSON array. So in that case, what we did was really converting an XML into Ballerina array. So let me refresh your memory again. So this is the function that we developed in the second video tutorial. So I have extracted out this implementation of this customer's resource function into a private function. As you can see, I have used a query expression here and I have used a navigation expression to go to the customer element and extract the name and the email. To refresh your memory, let me send a request to the backend service and see what the actual XML response looks like. Okay. This is our response from the backend, the response from the dummy XML service, and this is how we extract out the customers into an array. So we iterate through the XML using navigation expressions and we go through all the customers and then we select the name and email and then we assign that to an array of customer records. So the type of the output of the query expression depends on what we have at the left hand side of the equation. So we have an array of customer records, so the output will be an array of customer records. So it is exactly the same way to generate table out of an XML value and also a map out of an XML value. So as a use case, let's consider generating unique customers in that XML payload. For example, if you check the current XML body, you will see that the John Smith is repeated twice in this XML body, right? So XML John Smith is in the order number 4 and also in the order number 1. So we want to get the unique customers from this XML payload. So what we can do is we can utilize the properties of Ballerina tables. So we can define an key for the table, and if the same key comes into the table, the older one will get replaced by the new one. So we will use this property to remove the duplicates and generate a table without any duplicates. So I will create a new resource function and it will be a get function and it will be unique customers, and I'm going to return it as an XML. So earlier we returned it as a JSON in the second tutorial. So now I'm going to return it as an XML. So to save the time, I will copy the same query that we used to generate the array. So I'm going to paste it here. Okay. Now, so I'm getting the response from the backend service by calling HTTP client. Now I'm creating these query expressions, and to generate a table I need to change the left hand side type of the customers variable into table. So I'm generating table So now I want to remove the duplicate, so I need to keep some kind of a key in this table. So I can either use name or email, so I am going to use the email as the key. And I also have to have the table key email in this side also. So now it says the email should be a read-only field. So that's a requirement in the specification. So we need to have a read-only field to be used as a key. So what I do is I will put read-only here. Now the error will go away. Now what we have is a customers table. Now this implementation should remove the duplicate customers. Now we need to generate an XML out of those values. So I will have to write another query because we need to generate by iterating this table. So let me write another query. So I am going to return XML template expression, and inside that, so let's say customers, and inside that we will have each customer. So inside that I will select customer in, table name is customers, and I'm going to select, and inside that I will have another XML template expressions to fill the inner fields, inner elements. So I will have a customer element, and inside that probably I will have a name, so now what we are doing here is converting an given collection into XML. So actually in this use case we are covering two cases, converting an XML into Ballerina collection and also collection into an XML. So we need to read the name from the table from this particular field. So we have the customer variable, and I'm going to read. Okay, now here I have to use the interpolated expression customer dot customer dot name. Okay, I'm going to copy the same and paste here and rename it to email. So, okay. Now I have generated an XML out of the table. Now let's try to run this and see if we get the unique customers. Okay, now the service is running. So the resource name that we have given is unique customers. Let me copy it and create a new request here. Okay, let me copy this. Customers. Okay. allow unique. Okay, as you can see, now we don't have any duplicates. We have unique number of unique customers here listed. So John Smith, Jane Doe and Alex Cooper. So earlier we had the John Smith name twice. Now it's only mentioned once. That means duplicate is removed. Duplicate is removed. So how we remove this duplicate is by using the properties of the table. So all we did was iterating to the XML, and meanwhile iterating we insert them into this table. So since we had defined the email as the key, if the same entry comes into the table, the older one get replaced. So that's how we remove this. Hope you guys understood what I did here, and hoping to see you again in the next video.